Now, the UAE has reported a drone strike near the Barakah nuclear power plant. That's in the Dhafra region. The Abu Dhabi media office says a fire broke out in an electric generator outside the inner perimeter of the power plant. No injuries were reported, and there's been no impact on the plant's safety. Natasha Turak is a journalist joining us live from Dubai. So, Natasha, there's been no claim of responsibility for this attack so far. What more do we know about how it was carried out and what the authorities are saying about who might be behind it?
Well, as you said, the UAE has so far not blamed anyone for the attack, and Iran, as far as we can see, has been silent on it. Raises questions, of course, who could this have been? Could it have been Iran or perhaps the Houthis in Yemen, who in recent years have launched projectiles of their own at the UAE's power infrastructure? Or could it be another proxy? Now, the Barakah nuclear plant is remote and relatively isolated. So based on that, the strike appears to have been quite deliberate. And it also follows a pattern of drones and missile attacks that have been overwhelmingly from Iran, as far as we know, all from Iran, targeting the UAE's vital power infrastructure. It also comes against the backdrop of renewed tensions in this war. The UAE has accused Iran of launching multiple drone and missile attacks just in the last week and a half, 2 weeks or so, while Iran has, for its part, accused the UAE of allying with its adversaries, the US and Israel. And there's been a very vocal kind of ratcheting up of rhetoric from Tehran against the UAE, although it seems to be denying a lot of these more recent attacks that really pressure that fragile ceasefire that was established on April the 7th. But it is Iran that's launched nearly 3,000 attacks via either missiles or drones at the UAE, more than any other country in the region, including Israel. So again, highlights the risk of renewed war as none of the driving forces of this conflict have been resolved. Strait of Hormuz remains unresolved. And now we are seeing these reports of a much more sort of robust and direct UAE policy in terms of not just defensive but also offensive action against Iran. Now, the UAE has not confirmed these reports of attacks against Iran, but it also has not denied them, which is significant. So all of this and Iran's actions and now what we've seen thus far really highlights the risk of renewed war as the ceasefire continues.
Natasha, help us with this one, because what is the actual strategic significance of this nuclear plant?
The Barakah plant is really like a crowning achievement for the UAE. It went into full commercial operation in 2021. It has 4 reactors, all of which went into operation, the 4th reactor in 2024. And it's the first and the only nuclear power plant in the whole Arab world. It was a $20 billion project built with the help of South Korea, the UAE and South Korea jointly. And it provides about 25% of the UAE's electricity, as well as about 57% of domestic household power. The Barakah plant also plays a key role in the UAE's climate and net zero by 2050 goals. Now, the UAE already partakes in what nuclear energy experts call the gold standard of civilian nuclear partnerships, which is the US-UAE 123 agreement, or for peaceful civilian nuclear energy cooperation. So this means that the UAE can receive nuclear materials, equipment, and know-how from the US while precluding it from developing dual-use technology by barring things like uranium enrichment and fuel reprocessing. So it's really been kind of upheld as an example for the world in how to develop a safe and peaceful nuclear energy program. And it is also, of course, part of the UAE's vital power infrastructure and just the latest in what has been a series of attacks on other parts of the country's energy infrastructure, in particular oil and gas facilities.
All right, Natasha, many thanks for all of that. Natasha Turak, there, journalist joining us from Dubai.